Hello, kids. Nice to see you here. So, do you want to peep into my home and explore it? Then let's dive in. Oceans and continents. Now, what is the most widespread color you see? Blue, obviously. But what does it represent? You have guessed the answer right. It is water. This means that most of the Earth's surface is actually covered with water, almost 3/4, that is 70%, and 30% is the land mass. The early astronauts lovingly called the Earth the blue planet. The largest water bodies which we see on the globe are called oceans. Look at this globe. You can see one more color besides blue, and that is brown. This color is that of the land, which covers a little over 1/4 of the globe. What do you mean by land mass? A large body of land is called a land mass, and a large continuous expanse, that means a huge land mass, is called a continent. Both oceans and continents play an important role in shaping the climate of the earth. They affect all the spheres of our life, including plants, animals, and human life. They also have a great influence on our history and culture, and also in our daily lives. This is the emblem of the Indian Navy, and the motto or the phrase reads as Shamno Varuna, which means God of the ocean, sky, and water, called as Varuna, often considered king of the gods, good towards us, that is, towards the Navy. Now let us see the distribution of water and the land on the earth. As you know that the oceans and continents are not distributed equally between the northern and the southern hemispheres. The northern hemisphere has 60% of water, whereas the southern hemisphere has 80% of it. The other smaller extensions are called as the sea, the bay, the gulf, and so on. Now this is the activity from the textbook. I have written down the answer for you. Please go through. The oceans hold most of the water available on the planet, but this seawater is actually very salty and unfit for consumption by the land animals as well as for we human beings. On the other hand, the fresh water is only 3%, which is available in the form of lakes, rivers, glaciers, and underground water. This is the activity from the textbook. Please go through. Although we have listed oceans, it is clear that the map does not really separate them. The lines that divide them on the map are no more than the agreements which is being made by the governments or by the nations of the world. The natural world does not follow such boundaries. The seawater, for example, is constantly flowing, and it flows across the different oceans. Then the rich diversity of the marine life which we have, that is the marine plants and animals, they move into the multiple oceans. The flora, that is the plant life, especially the algae and all the other kinds of seaweeds, are the major marine flora. The marine fauna or the marine animals consist of thousands of species of colorful fish, dolphins, whales, and countless mysterious deep sea creatures. Each part of the ocean, from the sunlit surface to the dark depths, have its own diverse life forms. Now this is the key word for the oceans, and according to the size of the oceans, you have the Pacific Ocean, the largest of all. Second largest is the Atlantic Ocean, then the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Now this is the activity from the textbook. Please go through. Here you see the map of India, and you can see the Indian Ocean. Now, what are the boundaries of the Indian Ocean? The Indian Ocean have got the limits, and that is Asia to the north, Africa to the west, Australia to the east, apart from the Southern Ocean or the Antarctic Ocean in the south. On the either side of India, we find two parts of Indian Ocean, the Arabian Sea to the west and the Bay of Bengal to the east. Now let us see the oceans and disasters. Will you notice the large masses of clouds? Such clouds bring rain to the continents. For example, the monsoon rains which we get in India is expected every summer, which originates from the ocean. Without such rains, our agriculture and all the life will suffer. But oceans often also give rise to storms, violent events with extreme rainfall or very strong winds, such as cyclones, which can cause widespread damage and destruction to the coastal regions of India or the world. Now, the tsunami is the natural disaster that originates in the ocean, and it is a very heavy and powerful wave, generally caused by a strong earthquake, or it could be the volcanic eruption which erupts at the bottom of the ocean. Tsunamis can travel thousands of kilometers and can completely inundate, or it can completely cover the coastal areas, causing widespread damage and destruction on its way. On 26 December 2004, India and another 13 countries around the Indian Ocean were struck by a powerful tsunami caused by an earthquake in Indonesia. Now, what are continents? Now, we'll see the continents over here. How many continents are there? Can we count it? Yes, the answer is not that simple, but if you can count it in several ways, depending on our choice. So it could be, here we have the North America, South America are generally considered to be two continents. But if seen as a single mass, then it can be considered as one. This is the table from the textbook, please go through. So in practice, in practical life, what do? We take into consideration 7 continents only. Please do remember this. Now this is the exercise from the textbook. Now, what are islands? The islands are smaller pieces of land surrounded by water on all the sides. They are called islands. But continents are not to be considered as island because continents are huge in size. Ocean and life. Ocean and continents are vital or very important parts of the environment, and they affect most aspects of our life. Even though we don't notice it, we have mentioned that oceans send rain to the continents. They help in the water cycle. Then also without oceans, there would be no rainfall. It would turn into deserts. Moreover, more than world's half of the oxygen is produced by oceans flora. And that's the reason the oceans are called as planet's lungs. The oceans play a crucial role in regulating the climate and sustaining the life on Earth. So without oceans, there won't be life existent, and it also helps in balancing the climate. Oceans have deep impact on our lives. Like people used oceans and seas to migrate from one region to another. Then for different kinds of trading activities. For military campaigns, that means that the battles were fought on the seas. And also it serves as a very nourishing source of food through fishing. Now, oceans have also helped the cultures to flourish all over the world. Almost all of them have their tales and legends, stories about the sea gods and goddesses, the sea monsters, the treasures from the sea, and so on. So there are ocean's dangers, but at the same time, ocean serves as a blessings to we human beings as well as to all the living beings on this earth. Now, the United Nations have designated June 8th as the World Oceans Day. So let us just remember this day and let us just take care that we do not harm the ocean, because the major threat is overfishing, choking of the oceans by plastic wastes, which is declining the marine life. Now this is the activity from the textbook, which is the crossword puzzle. You can go through. So thank you so much for watching my channel Learn SST. Please do like, share and subscribe for more videos. See you next time with my new video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.